everyone. So in this video, we will apply the normalization process in creating a well-structured table or a normalized table. But when we say normalized table, it meets the requirements of first, second, and third normal forms, which to avoid the three types of anomalies, which are first is the insertion anomalies, and then the second one is the modification or update anomalies, and then third is the deletion anomalies. So remember that our goal here is to create a well structured, so means we will chopping down a table into smaller pieces. So so to, so to do this activity, let's create a table first. So create table, then TBL student, then the field names. So student number, and then integer, and data type is integer. Then primary key, let's set it as our primary key, and then auto increment. Then the next line, let's say first name, then middle name, then the next one is last name. So these three field names, their data types are text, so let's use text, and then not null for not allowing any user to leave this column empty. Then text not null. Then let's go to the another line, which let's say age. Then since we are talking to age, which is a number, so let's use integer or number instead of text. So integer not null. Then the next line, let's say college, course, college, and then course, and then major. So those three are also a text, so let's use the data type text, then text not null, then text not null also. Then once you are done, go to the next line and then enclose the parentheses, then terminate it with a semicolon. So let's run this query. So statement successfully executed. So let's see if this table meets the first, second, and third normal forms. So let's see. TBL student. Then so this is our table. So first normal form, it says here that the value should be atomic. So atomic means contains only a single value. So in this structure, in our table, it meets the first normal form. So let's go to the another one, which is the second normal form. So non-prime attributes should be dependent in the prime attribute. So the first name, the middle name, and so on, they are dependent into our primary key. So it also meets the second normal form. And then next, we'll go to the third normal form. So those it says here that those attributes that are not independent, attributes are the non-prime attributes, or the attributes is our field names. So it says here the non-prime attributes that are not dependent in the primary key must be removed. So if we apply the third normal form, we need to remove the attribute college, course, and major, so to avoid insertion anomaly. So because you cannot insert a record in the attribute college, course, and major without any student. So 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 we need to separate these three attributes to create a well-structured table. But before that, let's go first to the deletion anomaly. So when we want to delete a record except for the the data in the last three columns, which is the college, course, and major, um, because we might want to reserve the records in this column, in these three columns, for the future record. But when we try in this table to delete a record, it will uh, delete the entire record. So in the deletion anomaly, it has a or it has it has a deletion anomaly because the our table does it is not a well structured. So let's separate the college, course, and major. Let's make another tree for the college, course, and major, and then let's modify later this table because it is not well structured. So first let's create first the three tables that we need in this activity. So the TBL college, create table, then TBL college, then college ID, then integer. College ID integer because it is a number, so integer primary key, then auto increment. So auto increment means the system will automatically generate a number consecutively when we put a data or a record. College ID, and then college, then text not null. So once you're done, don't forget to enclose into a parenthesis those field names, the field names I should say, and then terminate it with a semicolon. So let's create. So statement successfully executed. Then let's create another two more for the course and the major. Course, BL course, then course ID, then integer, then course code, text not null, then course text not null. So once you are done, terminate again, and then let's run this query. So statement successfully executed. So one more, which is for the major table, or the table major, then major, then ID, then major, then let's remove the one, this one. So once you are done, let's run this query again. Statement successfully executed. So now let's create or modify the table. But first, let's drop the table first, and then let's recreate, because there is an anomaly in our table student. So create, let's drop it first. So drop table TBL student. So let's run this query. I forgot to terminate. So statement successfully executed means the TBL student is already deleted. So let's create another table for the TBL student to make it well structured. So create table TBL student. Then there are field names. I should say. So first name, then last name, then the middle name. Then I forgot to student number. I forgot to include the student number. So student number, and then integer, then primary key. Then first name, text, not null, and then last name text also, text not null. Then middle name is also a text, not null. Then age, integer or int, not null. Not null. Then say college. This time a while ago we separated the college, the TBL college, the TBL course, and the TBL major. Now let's link it into this. This is the TBL student will serve as our secondary table because the three tables that we've created will be linked it here. So let's link it here, college ID. Then so instead of using the text, since we are referring to the college ID, so let's if you remembered, the data type is an auto increment and an integer. So let's input, they should have the same data type. Then so college number, and then not null. Then let's go to the other one, which is the course ID. So course ID, then it's also a number, then not null. Then the next one is the major ID. So we will link the three tables in the table student. So it will be well structured, and our records will not be scattered. And then of course the advantage of doing this is that it will avoid the three types of anomalies, which is the insertion, update, and the deletion anomalies. So let's terminate it with the semicolon. Then let's run this query. So statement successfully executed. So let's see. So but first let's insert a record here in the TBL college. Rows. Then let's add a record. So college is college of let's say CICS, and then next. Then let's save this record. Then one more, let's say seated. Then let's save this record. Then let's go to the TBL course. So let's add first a record. So add record, then course code. course code, let's say BSIT for the CICS, and then BSIT, then course Bachelor of Science in Information Technology. Then let's add save this record, and then one more, seated, BSEd I should say. So BSEd. Then the course is Bachelor of Elementary Education. Bachelor of, for example, elementary education. Then let's save this record, and then let's go to the major, browse, and then let's add this, let's add record here. So major in, let's say in the computer, let's say programming, and then let's save this record, and then one more, major in English for the BSEd. So let's say English. Let's save this record. So let's go to the TBL student. So let's see if we met the 3 normal forms to avoid the 3 anomalies. So let's see those. So it says here, let's try to add a record. So student number is, let's say 1 2 3 4 5. Then next, first name, Luca, first name, Mark, let's say Mark, and then last name is Luca, and then let's say Pascua. Then age, a number, so let's say 15, and then college ID. So college ID, let's it is a number. If you remembered, we're trying to link the 3 table, so let's say 1. Then course ID, let's say 1 also, and then the major ID, say 2. Now let's save this record inserted. So let's see if this time we have inserted a record. Then if I only have a laptop, then I can show you that the college ID and the course ID will what do you call that? The college ID will show the value of the college. Same is true to the other attribute, which is the course ID and then the major ID. So that's all, and thank you.